Hi everyone, this is Andrea from She Found a Way. So as I mentioned in my first video, each day I want to talk to you about the different modules in my Live Louder program, which of course is the online program that I'm in the process of launching. Briefly, just to outline, it is an 8-week online course, and every one of the modules are developed in a way to help you pick up the pieces and transition through the roller coaster ride that you will inevitably go through now that you're separated, but get you to a point of acceptance so that you can pick up the pieces and move forward with your life in a constructive way. So as a change and transformation expert, the very first module I want to tell you about is called the Change, the Process of Transition. So what people don't understand is that when you go through a life-changing experience, there are a lot of emotions associated with that transition, and separation is a process and it is a transition that you need to be able to navigate. And typically we're unprepared for that set of circumstances, which can leave us in a world of turmoil and also pain, not knowing how to pick up the pieces and be able to move forward with our lives. From one day to the next, our entire worlds could be turned upside down and we're left feeling quite helpless and quite hopeless and really uncertain about the future and where we're heading. So there is a grieving process associated with the fact that you're going through a loss. You've lost the relationship that you'd been associated with for however many years. The kids will be grieving, if you have children, for the loss of their family and the circumstances they're familiar in. Potentially you have to uproot them and move them into a new life, a new school, or you might be lucky enough to stay in the same house, which eases the burden a little bit of that transition process. But it's really important to understand that there is a change process at play, and there is a huge emotional roller coaster that you need to be able to navigate. And a lot of those feelings of anger, blame, and resentment and uncertainty are all very normal human feelings that we go through when we're in a crisis, or if we're in some sort of change in some degree. It's then knowing what to do to be able to use those emotions so that you become unstuck and move forward with your life. So the first module is really talking to you about the process of change, understanding the emotional roller coaster and the cycle that we go through. But more importantly, it's about knowing how to set yourself small goals so that you don't get stuck into a position of despair and helplessness, which can often lead to breaking point. People fall into a depression, feeling like they've lost their way in life and they're really unclear and uncertain about the future, that they feel as though there is nothing that they can do to move forward. So we talk about how to pick up the pieces at that midpoint of most exposure, where you feel very vulnerable and you don't know how to navigate your way through this transition. And then we talk about how to use those feelings and emotions to then be able to get to a point of gradual acceptance and use them to your advantage from a self-empowerment perspective, and also in a positive way. And not only that, we talk about how to transition the kids through that in a constructive way so that it doesn't hinder their development, the types of conversations that you can be having with your children. And accompanied with that module, we have a few guest expert interviews with a collaborative family lawyer who talks about the benefits of using collaborative practice if you're choosing to go down the legal path. I have a child development specialist and psychologist that talks about children and their development and how to transition them through that, the types of questions and conversations that you can have with your kids in a constructive way. And also a conflict and resolution psychologist as well, that talks about the individual change cycle that you will go through, how to navigate that and the things that you should be looking for in your life so that you can move forward again in that constructive way. So that's module 1 of the Live Louder program. So if you wanted to find out more details about the program, you'll find it at www.shefoundaway.com/Live Louder. I do ask you that you check it out, see what you think. If you've got any questions about the program, you can email me at hello@shefoundaway.com or PM me through Facebook. I honestly believe it is a life-changing program for you, and I'm a perfect example of picking up the pieces and moving forward with your life. So thank you for listening, and tomorrow I will come to you with module number 2. Okay, bye for now.